It was supposed to be a peaceful weekend getaway. I booked a solo trip to a quiet little Airbnb cabin in the woods of Vermont, something cozy and remote. I was fresh out of a toxic breakup, needed to clear my head, and figured a couple of days without cell service might help me reset. The listing looked cute, rustic, small, kind of cottagecore vibes. The host, a woman named Jenna, messaged me once to confirm the key code, and then silence. No check-ins, no welcome text. I didn't think much of it. The moment I pulled up the gravel driveway, something felt off. The trees were too still. No wind, no birds, just silence. The cabin was exactly like the pictures, too exactly actually. It looked frozen in time, like no one had lived there in years. Still, I unpacked and settled in. First night, everything was fine. Wine, fireplace, even a long bath. But then, at around 3:12 a.m., I woke up to a loud bang from downstairs. I sat up, heart pounding, thinking it was maybe an animal. I checked everything locked, nothing broken. I tried to laugh it off. That's when I saw the footprints. Small, muddy footprints on the wooden floor, right near the fireplace. They led to the bookshelf. Except here's the thing. I cleaned that floor before bed. Those weren't there. And I was alone. Or so I thought. I stared at the shelf for a long moment. Something about it looked strange, like it had been moved slightly. I reached out, touched the edges, and gave it a tug. It clicked, and slowly creaked open. Behind it was a narrow staircase, leading down a hidden basement. My whole body screamed, "Don't go down there." But curiosity, stupid, morbid curiosity, got the better of me. I grabbed the flashlight and carefully descended the creaking steps. The basement was cold. Dirt floor, stone walls, smelled like rot. And then my light landed on it, a child's mattress. Tiny, dirty, torn, surrounded by drawings. They were faces, screaming, melting. Some had words written next to them. "Bad girl. She found the door. Don't let her out again." That's when I heard it. A soft voice. Behind me. "You shouldn't be here." I spun around, but no one was there. I ran up those stairs so fast, I barely remembered touching them. I slammed the shelf shut and didn't sleep that night. Every creak, every whisper of wind outside made me jump. The next morning, I packed everything. I didn't even shower, but when I went to open the front door, it was chained shut from the outside. I panicked. Who the hell locks someone in from outside? I tried the windows. Nailed shut. I grabbed a knife from the kitchen and waited by the door until nightfall. That's when the knocking started. Tap, tap, tap. Slow, deliberate. Not on the door. On the inside of the wall, right behind the fireplace. I backed away, heart racing, and that's when the bookshelf creaked open on its own. The light from the basement was flickering. A candle? And something was coming up the stairs. A child. Or what used to be one. Skin pale as chalk. Eyes completely black. Mouth sewn shut. She pointed to me and whispered through the stitches. "You found the room. Now you stay." I screamed and hurled the knife at her. It passed through her. She vanished into smoke. But the room didn't. The bookshelf slammed shut. The fireplace roared to life. And the walls started whispering. That's when I blacked out. I woke up in my car, parked on the side of the highway. No phone. No luggage. Just a crumpled piece of paper on my lap. It said, "Jenna is gone. She tried to leave too. We keep the ones who open the door." I went back online to check the Airbnb listing. It didn't exist anymore. The cabin burned down 10 years ago. No survivors. If you ever find a hidden door in your Airbnb, don't open it. Not all guests get to check out. Amelia just needed a break. She was tired of everything work, the noise of the city, and the people around her. So when she found a small, cozy Airbnb in the quiet woods of Oregon, she booked it without thinking twice. It looked peaceful in the pictures. A cute little cabin surrounded by trees, no Wi-Fi, no distractions. Just what she needed. When she arrived, the cabin looked exactly like the photos. Small but charming. One bedroom. A tiny kitchen. A big window that looked out at the forest. It felt quiet. Calm. Safe. There was a note on the kitchen table, handwritten. "Welcome, Amelia. Lock the doors at night. Your host." She smiled. It was old-fashioned, kind of sweet. That night, she made a cup of tea, read a book on the couch, and fell asleep early. The silence of the forest felt like a hug. But the next morning, something felt wrong. When she went to the front door to step outside, it wouldn't open. The handle turned, but the door stayed shut. She frowned, tried harder. Still nothing. She laughed a little, thinking maybe it was swollen from the cold or something. So she went to the back door. Same thing. Then the windows. None of them opened. She even grabbed a chair and hit one. Nothing. Not even a crack. It was like everything was fake, like the whole cabin had been sealed from the inside. Starting to panic, she grabbed her phone. No signal. She checked the Wi-Fi. Nothing. Her laptop wouldn't connect to anything either. She looked out the window. Her car was still parked in the driveway. The trees were still there. But something looked different. She stared for a long time. The trees were closer. She was sure of it. They were at least 10 feet closer than when she arrived. That night, she couldn't sleep. She kept trying the doors and windows every hour. Nothing changed. But around midnight, she heard something. Knocking. Soft. Slow. From the closet in the bedroom, she froze. The knock came again. 3 taps. Quiet, but clear. She grabbed a flashlight, walked slowly over to the closet, and opened it. Empty. Just coats and dust. She shined the light inside, and saw something written on the back wall, a message smudged in black. "I was stuck here too." Her heart dropped. The next day, things got worse. She started hearing more knocking, not just from the closet, but from under the floor, behind the mirror, even inside the fridge. And then came the whispers. They weren't clear, just soft, broken words that floated through the room like cold air. "Don't stay. You're part of it now. The house watches." She stopped eating. Couldn't sleep. The air felt heavy. Every shadow looked like it was moving. That afternoon, she looked outside again. Someone was standing at the edge of the woods. Tall. Thin. Pale. Still. Just. Watching her. She stared. It didn't move. She yelled. No answer. Then it raised its hand and pointed right at her. Smiling. And then, it was gone. Later that night, she found a small trapdoor hidden under a rug in the living room. She pulled it open and found a dusty little crawl space underneath. Inside, there was an old notebook. She opened it. Pages and pages filled with names. Dozens. All written in different handwriting. All crossed out. Next to some of the names were notes. Didn't escape. Still inside. Gone. And on the last page in shaky letters. The house doesn't let you leave. It takes you. Then it waits for the next one. Then, the lights went out. The entire cabin went dark. No sound. No movement. And then, she heard footsteps. Bare feet. Slow. Getting closer. She didn't wait. She ran into the closet and shut the door. She stayed there, holding her breath in the dark, shaking. 1 month later, the Airbnb was back online. Cozy cabin in the woods, quiet, peaceful, perfect weekend escape. New host name, Amelia. A man named James booked it. When he walked in, there was a note on the table. Welcome, James. Lock the doors at night. Your host.